Here we go, heat 12. We're into the second round. Jason Oldfield in number 95. And Dylan Wilkinson with the highest number this weekend, 164. Peter Bryant on row number 2. All about set to go. Heat number 12 is all go. And Jason Oldfield got the best of the dispatch as they move down the main straight the first time. Peter Bryant moves into second place as they move out of turn number 2. Back there in third place and starting to come on strong. Looks like it could be Corey Jensen from Tasmania as they head down into turn number 3 and 4. Jensen comes underneath. They're 3 wide as they move out of turn 4 and into the main straight. Jason Oldfield in front from Bryant. Jensen on the outside of him is another Tasmanian, Nathan Russell. And also there is car number 43 as they move out of turn number 2. That's Jamie Locke. Nathan Russell goes between Jensen and Bryant and moves into second place as they open to the top turn. It's Jason Oldfield in front. Jamie Locke ran out of racing room as Peter Bryant went sideways. Great evasive driving here by the 72 car of Darren Flatman. The yellow lights have come on and there's the damage to car number 6 of Peter Bryant. I suspect he's got someone else's car stuck in him right at the minute. So Locke goes to the infield, won't take any further part. Stewards have deemed the damage as too severe. Here we go at the restart. Back underway, Jason Oldfield leads Nathan Russell, Corey Jensen, Dean Jenkins in 4th place. They storm down into turn number 1. Darren Flatman there in 5th place as they move out of turn number 2. Here comes Jenkins now underneath of Jensen. And another car coming up in rated knots was Matt Crawford, I think it is, underneath of Darren Flatman. Back out in front though, Jason Oldfield leads by half a car length over Nathan Russell. Nathan Russell dives to the inside and takes the lead. Jason Oldfield on the outside will try and fight back, but Nathan Russell, the Tasmanian champion, hits the front. Jason Oldfield, the 3-time WA champion, dives to the inside. They come out of turn 4. Nathan Russell out in front from Jason Oldfield, then Corey Jensen. 4th place is Dean Jenkins, then back to Matt Crawford, then the 72 of Darren Flatman. Next one is Peter Thompson, then the 6 car is next, Peter Bryant and Dylan Wilkinson. They're doing 19-second laps. They haven't done that so far tonight as they move out of turn number 3 and 4. Jenkins now comes underneath and moves into 3rd place on Corey Jensen. So move down the main straight once again. Out in front, it's car 1, 2, 3 of Nathan Russell. 8 laps to go. Back then to Jason Oldfield, Dean Jenkins, Corey Jensen, Matt Crawford, then Darren Flatman. Peter Thompson is next. Peter Bryant and Dylan Wilkinson. They come out of turn 4 once again. It is car number 2, 3. Nathan Russell out in front. So he moves down the main straight. Nathan Russell, the one earlier on tonight, I'm pretty sure it was quite a few hours ago, and being my age, you do forget rather quickly as they head down the back straight once again. Our race leader, Nathan Russell, he won heat number 2, in fact. It was a long time ago as they come out of 3 and 4. Jenkins now comes underneath of Jason Oldfield as they move into the main straight, and he moves into 2nd place. Jensen back to 4th, back then to Matt Crawford in 5th, and then back in 6th place is the 72 car of Darren Flatman as they move down the back straight once again. So Jenkins in 2nd place, 3rd place is that of Jason Oldfield, but they're both chasing Nathan Russell. The Tasmanian champion storms down the main straight here at Mildura. At I was going to say the halfway mark. In fact, we've only got 5 to go, so 7 down, 5 remaining. Jensen back there in 4th place as Oldfield now comes back underneath of Jenkins as they head down the back straight. Jenkins is in a bit of trouble. Jensen moves into 3rd place now. Oldfield's nearly out on the highway as they come into the main straight. It's Nathan Russell out in front. Oldfield in 2nd, then Jensen in 3rd. Back then to an Ailing Bryant in 4th, then back to Crawford. Then we have the 72 car next. Oh, the 72 car's gone up in steam. The radiator's gone, and the 72 of Darren Flatman is back there in 6th place. And he's going to be ailing as well, along with Bryant. So come into the main straight once again. The passing flag is out on 164, Dylan Wilkinson. Nathan Russell's got 2 3/4 laps left to go. And Corey Jensen has hit that very wet patch that was put out there by the 72 car of Darren Flatman when the radiator blew, and Jensen's gone around, and there will be another stoppage. Champion out in front. Jason Oldfield hasn't closed the gap. There's about 4 or 5 car lengths 2nd to 3rd. He better close it in a hurry because he's likely to take off in a moment. He has. And there's a whopping great margin between 1st and 2nd as they cross the line of about 2.5, 3 car lengths. Well, Jenkins' car didn't go on the restart. and there's nearly a whole postcode between third and fourth as they move out at turn number 2 and down the back straight on this restart. It's a 3-car affair. Jenkins is practically out of noise as they move out at turn 4, 2 to go. And it's Russell out in front from Oldfield. Third place is Matt Crawford. Up to fourth now is Bryant, then Jensen, Thompson, and poor old Dean Jenkins' car is almost out of noise. Only Wilkinson behind him as they head down the back straight. 1.5 laps left to go. Another Tasmanian victory in the offing here. It's the Tasmanian champion out in front. Get it out, Jason. It's Russell out in front from Jason Oldfield, and in third place, 119, Matt Crawford. Oldfield giving great chase, but I don't think he'll catch Nathan Russell. They head down the back straight for the final time, and Nathan Russell won heat number 2. He's about to win heat number 12 and put 2 wins in the books. Nathan Russell from Tasmania first, Jason Oldfield second. Third across the line will be 119, Matt Crawford with a flat tyre. Then Bryant, Jensen, Thompson. Back in 7th place will be 164 of Dylan Wilkinson, and last to complete the distance will be Dean Jenkins. No time for the race due to the stoppage, 0.808 the winning margin. The quick lap 19.293 by Nathan Russell, who defeats Jason Oldfield and Matt Crawford.
Inside the cockpit of the car, mate.
Yeah, no, that's great. It definitely come here with no expectations, so to get 2 wins from 2 starts is just unbelievable.
And the track the first time out, it was pretty rough, but that track out there looked like it was pretty fun to drive by, nice and quick down in the low 19s.
Yeah, no, that was unreal. Up high, it was just something different. That was a cool track.
Well, there you go. There's heat number 12 winner Nathan Russell. Out of position 9, the V36 of Greg Parks. Out of position 10, the V12 of Jamie Collins. Out of 11, the V131 of Jaden Dredge. And the 12-car field, the S162 of Philip Watson.
They're underway in heat number 13 of the national title. It's the charge of the Light Brigade this time around. They're 3 and 4 wide up into the pits bend. So move out at turn number 2 the first time. Travis Hutchison out in front. So head down the back straight. Lenny Bates is in that lead group as they come out at turns 3 and 4 the first time. It's Travis Hutchison from Queensland. 3 wide across the track for second place. Eugene Bennett on the inside. Lenny Bates in the middle. And on the outside was John Riley. Back then to Lee Gooding and Bailey Heinrich. They start to sort themselves out as they head down the back straight the second time, and out in front it's the 78 car of Travis Hutchison. Lenny Bates in second place. John Riley is up in the fence as they come out at 3 and 4. Bates dives underneath of Hutchison. Bennett in third. Lee Gooding fourth. Bailey Heinrich is fifth. Back in 6th place is John Riley, and coming underneath of him is Daryl Atkinson, who had a change for the lead now. Down the back straight, the 74 car is in the front, Lenny Bates, but fighting back on the inside is Travis Hutchison from Queensland. Right behind the duo would be that of Eugene Bennett. On the outside is Bailey Heinrich and Lee Gooding. Back into Atkinson in 6th place, and then Riley in 7th. But there's a traffic jam for the lead. Here comes Bailey Heinrich now on the outside of Eugene Bennett. He's up behind Travis Hutchison, who's behind the race leader in Lenny Bates. Out of 3 and 4 they come once again. 8 laps to go in heat number 13 of the national title. It's Lenny Bates by a car length. Hutchison in 2nd place. On the outside is Bailey Heinrich. Down low on the track, Eugene Bennett and Lee Gooding. They move out at turn number 2, and Lenny Bates starts to open a bit of a gap. Gooding hits the fence in the back straight. Atkinson back there in 6th. Down low on the track, it looks like John Riley's going to retire. Further back after that, it's Greg Parks, Jaden Dredge, Kerry Weston, and Phil Watson and Jamie Collins. Back to our leaders though, Lenny Bates out in front. In 2nd place, it's Hutchison. Still half track higher above is that of Bailey Heinrich as they head down the back straight, then to Eugene Bennett. 5th place is Lee Gooding, and 6th place is Atkinson. Into the main drag they come once again. Laps ticking by, 6 down and 6 to go. Lenny Bates out in front. On the outside of the 7 car of Hutchison is that of Heinrich. Right behind them is Eugene Bennett, then Gooding. Atkinson is next. 7th place would be Greg Parks, then Dredge, Weston, Watson and Collins. Here in the main straight, he's going to be lapped in a couple of laps' time. Bates out in front. Hutchison, Heinrich. Back in 4th place, Eugene Bennett. And then in 5th is Lee Gooding. Atkinson rounds out the top 6. Down the back straight once again, Lenny Bates, who won all 4 of his heats last year at the national title before the wheels literally fell off with 13 to go in the final, leads down the main straight here at Timmis. comes up underneath of Jamie Collins in the skyline. Second place is Hutchison. Bailey Heinrich there in third place. Fourth place is still that of Eugene Bennett, Lee Gooding and Daryl Atkinson. They zig, both of them underneath of Jamie Collins for second and third. Heinrich right behind Hutchison. The race leader is still Lenny Bates as they come up with 3 to go. Bates, Hutchison and Heinrich still persisting the outside. Back to Eugene Bennett, Lee Gooding and then Atkinson. Next is Parks. Then we go back to 131 next, which is Jaden Dredge, as Bailey Heinrich continues the outside now of the 78 of Hutchison. Might have put himself into second place. They're still side by side out of 4. 2 laps to go here in heat number 14 of the national title, and it's a 74 of Lenny Bates out in front. Second place now Bailey Heinrich, back to Hutchison in third. Eugene Bennett, Lee Gooding, Daryl Atkinson, Parks, Dredge, Weston, Watson and Collins. Down the back section, the white flag comes out downstairs. 1 lap to go in heat 14 of the national title, and out in front it is Lenny Bates who leads them down the main drag. In fact, it's heat 13. I'm a whole heat ahead of myself. It's heat 13 and Lenny Bates is doing well. Second place is that of Heinrich, then Hutchison, Bennett, Gooding and Atkinson. That's probably the way they're going to finish. Bring him home, race fans. Lenny Bates in car number 74 will be first to the checkered flag. Bates first, second home will be that of Hutchison. Second is Heinrich, then Hutchison, then Eugene Bennett. 101 of Gooding, then Atkinson. Parks is next, then Drayton Dredge, Kerry Weston. 162 of Phil Watson and Jamie Collins last to complete the distance. 4 minutes 1.464. That is the quickest 12 laps we've had tonight. 1.640 the winning margin, and heat 13 went the way of Bailey Heinrich. His quick lap was a 19.649. He finished second though. Lenny Bates was the winner and Travis Hutchison was third.
Now we've just got a fire on the Greg Parks car here on the concrete strip. Fire is quickly onto that one. But how about you all get hot up there on the hill for the heat race winner, Lenny Bates? Lenny, mate, unfortunately a DNF in that first one, but what better way to come back and get a heat win?
Yeah, we really needed that, so yeah. At least I've got some air in my tyres this time, so yeah, I'm wrapped.
And just speaking of tyres, mate, East Pilbara Tyre Service on the side of the car?
Yeah, he helps me out massively. I can't appreciate him, Craig and Sam. Unfortunately, he couldn't bring his car over. But yeah, they're still here, and mate, I can't thank them enough.
No worries. We'll let you get back in the pits. They got the gate open. We'll get you to check over the car, mate, and good luck for the rest of the evening.
Cheers, thank you.
Here we go. Heat 14 about to get underway. Matt Maynard will lead them into the main straight. Green lights come on. Michael Clark there with him. Troy Russell in third place as they are officially 4 wide down there in turn 1 and 2. Maynard has been passed by 2 cars, Clark and also 151 Troy Russell. Has 1 car charging right round the outside. He's made his way up to about 6th place. But Clark and Russell lead down the main straight. Back then to Maynard, Harvey. Then back in 5th place is the 35 car of Colin Forbes. And it is Todd Rose at the back of the field. It sounds like a 1973 sidecar at the back of the field. As they head down the back straight, it is a race in 2. Is look at me time for these 2 out in front because they've cleared right away. Clark and Russell. Mick Clark from Victoria and Tasmania 151, the 5-time Tasmanian champion Troy Russell, who have trouble right here in front of us. And Knox is around in car number 68. It's Kayla Knox. And it's spread eagled the field. The yellow lights have come on. Shadraz says we're about to go green. Took a while to sort that one out. Here we go. Mick Clark leads them on the restart from Russell. Maynard back into Harvey in 4th place. Kayla Knox is next as they move out of turn number 1 and 2. And behind Knox would be Andrew Jordan, who gets a good run out of turn 2 as well. Now we're getting some quick straighty times as they move into the main straight. Mick Clark out in front. 2nd place is Russell. Maynard, Harvey. Back then to Jordan in 5th place. 6th place now is the 83 car of Scott Mason. Then Kayla Knox, Dale Blomley is next. And then back to Mitchell Viney and then Todd Rose. So move out of 3 and 4 once again. Mick Clark out in front as they move down the main straight here at Timmis with 9 laps to go. And that time was a 19.385 by our race leader. Rose in second place, Harvey third. Back to South Australia 55 and Matt Maynard in fourth. 155 this weekend. Then Andrew Jordan and Scott Mason. But our race leader has put a bit of a gap between he and Troy Russell. Last time around it was 1.1 seconds. Russell has got the time back to 0.934 now. Back then to Harvey in third place, Matthew Maynard fourth. Jordan in fifth place, and on the outside of him will be the 83 car of Scott Mason, then Dale Blomley. Those four are locked together for fourth, fifth, sixth and seventh place. Back into the main straight, Troy Russell closes the gap now. Down the main straight they come with 7 to go. It is the 48 of Mick Clark just in front. Troy Russell in second place as they move down out of turn number 2. Back in third place, it's still Harvey in third place as they move down the back straight. Then that battle for fourth, fifth, sixth and seventh continues. But now the 83 of Scott Mason has moved into fourth place. Mick Clark out in front, Russell in second place as they move down the main straight here once again. Our race leader, Michael Clark, who finished second in the national title here at Mildura back in 2011, has a 4-car length advantage over Troy Russell. Back to Stephen Harvey. That 4-car length advantage is all gone because Russell now tries to come underneath. So come into the main straight with 5 to go. Clark just in front, Russell in second place, then Stephen Harvey third. Fourth place is the 83 of Scott Mason, then Andrew Jordan. Back then in sixth place is the 61 of Blomley. Here comes Troy Russell again. Has another look underneath of Mick Clark. They level up coming out of Pitts Bend. There'll be 4 laps to go, and Troy Russell, the 5-time Tasmanian champion, has hit the front down into turn number 1. Mick Clark goes back to second place as they come out of turn number 2. Back there in third place is Stephen Harvey. Then in fourth place it's still that of Scott Mason, Andrew Jordan and Dale Blomley. Well, all of a sudden Russell has cleared away from Mick Clark as they come into the main straight. Passing flag is out, and that is on car number 68, Kayla Knox. Our race leader goes around the outside of Knox, so too does the 48 of Mick Clark. The margin at the moment is 0.9 of a second. The advantage is to Troy Russell. Clark, Harvey, Mason, Jordan and Blomley. That's the top 6. Blomley trying to come underneath of Jordan. That's in turn number 2. Here's our race leader back with us with 2 laps remaining up on the time clock. Our race leader is car number 51. 151 in fact, Troy Russell. Michael Clark second, then Stephen Harvey third. What has Russell got? Can he hold off Mick Clark in this lap and a half? Because Clark is coming back at him once again. White flag coming up downstairs. 1 lap of Timmis to go in this particular heat race, heat number 14, and it's Russell from Clark. A long way back then to Stephen Harvey in third place, and back then to Mason in fourth as they go down the back straight. The final time, Clark has come back underneath of Russell. Clark's back in front. Well, this has been a race of ever-changing fortunes, and Mick Clark is going to storm home, and Mick Clark is first home. Clark first, Troy Russell second. Back in third place is going to be car number 9 of Stephen Harvey. Fourth place will go to car number 83 of Scott Mason. Then Andrew Jordan will be fifth. Sixth place will be Dale Blomley. And further after that will be Matthew Maynard in 155. And 133 is after that in Mitchell Viney. No time for the race due to the stoppage. 0.704 the winning.
How about that for a drive? 2 from 2. Mickey Clark with a last corner dive, mate. Must have felt pretty good after you dropped back there.
Yeah, I thought I'd got to try something different, so I went down the bottom there and it wasn't too bad and got it.
You're in the opening heat race. The track wasn't too bad, but that time there, quickest lap time, 19.2, mate. Pretty quick out there now.
Oh, that's good, yeah. It's fairly fast, fairly hard work. First heat tonight I did a hose and got the motor pretty hot, so I was lucky to finish that one, and the motor seems all right though, so that's the main thing.
Too easy. We'll let you get back in the pits, get it all checked over, mate. 2 from 2. Fantastic start to your title campaign.
Thanks very much.
Here we go, heat 15. This one will be an absolute ripper as well. Some big names coming from way back in the field. Heat 15 of the national title. We're nearly halfway home. Nearly done half tonight's program. Here we go. 12 laps away. Not away was Jared Wilkinson. He's already been passed by 5 cars as they go down into turn number 1. It is Bromfield out in front as they move out of turn number 2 the first time. And Bromfield has opened up a couple of car lengths lead. Sean Henry's there in 4th place. 1 car is every which way but loose. Straightened himself up when he hit the fence, and he's gone back to about 7th place. I'll pick that up in a moment. Back in second place at the moment is Kempton. It was the 67 car of Corey Knox who was every which way but loose and hitting the fence. But he's A-OK now as they move out at turn number 2. We've got one car that's spun around over there. Yellow lights have come on and we've got ourselves a stoppage. That'll be after one lap. Great job. James up in the scissor lift. Tyler here in the box. A couple of stationary cameras as well. Jared flicking all the switches. All about set to go. And I'm doing all the talking as they come into the main straight. Car number 5 out in front. Justin Brumfield immediately under pressure though from Jace Kempton as they move into the top turn. Sean Henry's there along with Sean Jenkins and Paul Briggs. So Jace Kempton from WA pokes the nose in front. On the inside of him is the 5 car from the Northern Territory of Justin Brumfield, is still coughing and spluttering, but he's back in front. Kempton on the outside, back there to Henry. Paul Briggs in 4th place. 5th place is Knox in the 67. Then Stephen Watts rounds out the top half dozen. But Hayden Norman has made his way underneath. Hayden Norman's going to move into 5th place. Went underneath of Watts and has also gone underneath of Knox. They come out at turn number 4. Out in front is the West Australian Jace Kempton. Back in 2nd place, it's the 5 of Brumfield. Paul Briggs has moved up into 3rd place. And in 4th place is Sean Henry. Hayden Norman, the former West Australian champion, 5th. Corey Knox, and then Mick Dan has made his way up into 7th place as they head down the back straight once again, and the challenges are on. Paul Briggs coming underneath now of Brumfield and Briggs. Behind the pair of them is Sean Henry, then Hayden Norman. So Briggs goes into 2nd place. So Western Australia finally have got 2 cars at the front of the field. Back in 3rd place is Sean Henry. On the outside is Justin Brumfield. Hayden Norman is up there as well now. Back then in 6th place is Knox, then back to Mick Dan. Behind Mick Dan would be Neville Nitschke. Stephen Watts a fair way back in this one. Out in front though, our race leader is car 105 of Jace Kempton. 7 laps remaining up on the time clock. Back in 2nd place, Paul Briggs. Brumfield still in 3rd. 4th place is Sean Henry, and now in 5th place is Hayden Norman looking for an outside run. Passing flag comes out on the 49 of Jenkins. Halfway home, Kempton, Briggs. Back in 3rd is Brumfield. Sean Henry in 4th place. Up on the outside comes the 76 car of Hayden Norman. Then tucks in behind. Behind Norman will be Corey Knox and Mick Dan. Mick Dan's under pressure from Stephen Watts and Neville Nitschke, who run side by side. Into the main straight comes Kempton yet again. Paul Briggs in 2nd place. Brumfield 3rd. Norman drives right round the outside and moves into 4th place. Around the outside is Sean Henry, who's also under pressure now from Corey Knox. Mick Dan is in that group as well. Sean Henry's gone back 1, 2, 3, 4 spots in one foul swoop. That's how close they're running for the minor placings. It's Kempton out in front though. Briggs in 2nd place. Brumfield still somehow is holding off the rest of the field. Hayden Norman there in 4th. 5th place is Corey Knox, then Mick Dan, Neville Nitschke and Stephen Watts. There's a bit of trouble further back. They have sorted themselves out. The green lights remain on for the moment. A few of them were inconvenienced as the race continues. Out in front, it's Kempton, Briggs, Brumfield, Knox in 5th place. As on the outside comes Hayden Norman yet again. Hasn't passed Brumfield yet. Brumfield's making that car extremely wide, but the former West Australian champion Hayden Norman has come right back from the back of the field, is coming around the outside and will take 3rd place. 2 laps to go now in heat 15, and Western Australia are finally 1, 2, 3 in a race. Unbelievable, it's taken up to this long in heat number 15, but Jace Kempton leads. Down into turn number 3 he goes. Paul Briggs in 2nd place. He might be under pressure yet from Hayden Norman in the last lap. Here's the last lap coming up. White flag on display. Kempton is clear. Briggs in 2nd. Norman 3rd. Back there to Brumfield in 4th position. 5th place is Corey Knox as they zig and zag past the back markers, and Hayden Norman might do the right thing here. He does. He drives around Paul Briggs, moves into 2nd place, but here's our winner, Jace Kempton from Western Australia 1st. 2nd from the very back of the field, Hayden Norman from WA 2nd. Paul Briggs WA 3rd, and 4th. It's very close. Justin Brumfield has just got there by 6 1/1000ths of a second over Corey Knox. Then Sean Henry is next. Mick Dan, then Neville Nitschke. There's no time for the race due to the stoppage. 3.453 the winning margin. But it's Jace Kempton WA 1st. Hayden Norman from the back of the field WA 2nd. And 3rd Paul Briggs WA 3rd. And
Jace Kempton, we tried to have a chat to you, mate, all weekend in the pits. You managed to get away with it, but you took a heat race win, so congratulations on that one. How'd the track feel, first of all?
Yeah, the track was good. I just feel like I'm starting to get used to this car, and yeah, hopefully it doesn't get too much rougher, or I think these cars will start falling apart. But glad to get the points from that last heat, so yeah, it's good.
And just quickly, mates, people for getting you over here from West.
So what was that?
The people from getting you over here from the West.
Oh yeah, Peter and Paul Lyle for bringing my car over. We've had a pretty busy start to the year, really, and yeah, without them bringing it over, I wouldn't have come. So thanks to them.
No worries, mate. We'll let you get back. Thanks very much.
Cheers.
And the V128 of Brooke Ferguson, unfortunately, with a melted piston, is out of this one.
Well, there's a couple of people online suggesting they've never heard of any of the drivers in this particular heat. It's a star-studded lineup. It's a heat of death. Heat 16. They're away. What will happen here? Morris Ahern gets a good dispatch. Ethan Genev makes it 4 wide, and Jamie Oldfield got between a couple as well. There's a bear in there as well, and an Oldfield as well as they head down the back straight the first time. And Ethan Genev is up behind Jamie Oldfield as they storm out of 3 and 4. Morris Ahern is the leader. Look at Jamie Oldfield going left, right and centre, round done. Here comes Campton. Genev back then in 5th place is Anthony Bear as they come out of turn number 1 and 2 the second time. Out in front it's Morris Ahern. Ethan Genev runs wide. You don't do that when you've got the 46 car, the Australian champion behind you. He goes underneath, moves into 4th place. It's Ahern, Oldfield, then back to Campton. Dunn is there, Ethan Genev, and back into Jason DeGoldie. He's had to do it the hard way from the very back in this star-studded lineup. Jamie Oldfield now has caught the race leader. They go down the back straight into turn number 3. It's Oggy Ahern out in front. 2nd place is Jamie Oldfield. 3rd place is Campton. He runs wide, and diving down the inside is the 46 car. And now Anthony Bear moves to 3rd. Back then to Ethan Genev in 5th place. 6th place is Nathan Dunn. Then to Goldie, Andy Maxwell. Then the Queensland champion Robert Trapp. 2nd last is Robert Locke, and then Nikita Wilson. They come out of turn number 4, and Morris Oggy Ahern has found plenty. He's got away from Jamie Oldfield. Back in 3rd place, it's car number 46 of Anthony Bear. 4th place is that of Dylan Campton as they move out of turn number 2. And Anthony Bear is starting to wheel in Jamie Oldfield, who has lost touch with our race leader. Morris Ahern has found another gear, and Jamie Oldfield's race is over. He has another flat tyre. So Oldfield is out again. So Oldfield goes to the infield. That's 2 from 2. Bear into 2nd place, Campton 3rd, Ethan Genev in 4th place, but Anthony Bear has got 6 to go to try and catch Morris Ahern, who has a very, very handy lead, but I'm not stupid enough to write him off with 6 to go. The margin at the moment is 2 seconds, back then to Campton in 3rd, 4th place is Genev, 5th place is that of Andy Maxwell, then Nathan Dunn and Robert Trapp. Has he made any inroads? 5 laps to go here in heat number 16, the heat of death. They're spread out like Brown's cows. The margin was 2 seconds. It's actually extended. Morris Ahern has actually extended the lead. Well, it will amount to naught, I would suggest. We're about to get a yellow light. We are. And that really throws the cat amongst the pigeons, because Nathan Dunn was spat out here in the main straight and the cautions are on. Well, rotten luck for Jamie Oldfield. 2 flat tyres in a row. We had a classic race in our hands, but the tyre deflated and his challenge on Morris Ahern dissipated. Anthony Bear now is in the box seat behind Morris Ahern. Morris Ahern's lead was 2.4 seconds. Can he hold off Anthony Bear? Dylan Campton 3rd, Ethan Genev 4th. Racing yet again in heat number 16 of the national title. Ahern out in front. Bear to come up on the outside. Back in 3rd place is Campton. Genev, a gap back to the rest of them. Down into turn 3. Anthony Bear is going to come up on the outside of Morris Ahern. And Morris Ahern's lead is gone because Anthony Bear has taken the lead. Down into turn number 1. Anthony Bear is out in front. Morris Ahern in 2nd place. Ahern is fighting back though. Ahern fights back on Anthony Bear. Ahern might be back in front. They come out of 3 and 4. Bear on the outside. Ahern the inside. Bear takes control. Campton, Genev, Back then to Robert Trapp and Jason de Goldie. Lock is next as they go into top turn. Ahern is right there though. Hasn't let the national champion get away. They come out at 3 and 4. Down low on the track is Anthony Bear. Morris Ahern is with 1 car length as they go into Pitts Bend. Back in third place, Campton, Genève, then Robert Trapp. They go down the back straight yet again. Anthony Bear by a car length over Morris Ahern. The lap's ticking by. 2 to go this time around. Back in third place, Dylan Campton, and then Ethan Genève. Morris Ahern's giving Anthony Bear the hurry up. Gives him a tap on the back end. Up into the top turn. Back in third place, it's Campton. Fourth place is that of Ethan Genève, and there's 2 cars ahead of them with a lap and a half to go. They're going to have to zig and zag out of 3 and 4. Oh, the seas are parted. One of them's gone. Wilson comes up high on the track. Ahern has run out of, well, maybe a flat tyre on Ahern. He's slowing right down. Campton's a chance. So too Ethan Genève. A big finish for the Miners. But Anthony Bear all of a sudden has run right away with it. The checkered flag comes out. The national champion wins again. Anthony Bear first across the line. Second will be Campton. A blanket go for the Miners. Third place is going to go the way of de Goldie from the back. Back then to Robert Trapp. And then Ethan Genève is finished up in 5th place. Morris Ahern held in the concluding stages as 6th. Robert Locke and then Andy Maxwell finished in 8th place. A couple of laps down with another ailing car. Time for the race, there wasn't one because we had a stoppage. 3.929 the winning margin. The quick lap was by Robert Locke. Not sure if that can be right. We'll have to double check that.
How about you make some noise, your defending champion, 2 from 2. Anthony Bear, you had to work for that one though, Oggie, really push you.
Yeah, I wasn't going to win it without a yellow, that's the honest truth. And we played the safe game, and I don't think Jamie did. He's in a bit of trouble with that first heat DNF, so they're all a lot quicker than us then. The old man did the right thing and pumped the tyres up, and you can finish a race at wheel spin, you can't finish a race on the infield with a flat tyre. So we got lucky, we definitely weren't the quickest, but if you don't finish, you don't get the points. So that's all we're about now, 2 wins. We can take a few risks from here and just play the cards and see where we come out of.
And just real quick, you got the pass done on the outside, then you dove straight to the bottom once you had clear space?
Yeah, it's 100%. You can tell where the racetrack is. You're lucky enough when you're in 2nd or 3rd. And I saw Jamie run and gun and bye-bye on the top, and I was using the top, and the top seems to go off here after 2 or 3. So we had the yellow, we rolled the top, and I knew Oggie would dive straight to the bottom like he does, and I had to get it done in 2 or 3 laps, and then I was straight back to the bottom because the way I drove around the top, I don't think anyone's going to go around the top of me. I'll give you a hot tip.
Cheers, mate. No worries. Good luck.
All about set to go. Heat 17. As they move down the main straight, Corey Ball from Tasmania leads Matt Hammond as they move into turn number 1 and 2 the first time. Matt Hammond on the outside as they charge down the back straight. Oh, one car didn't charge very far. He's hit the fence at the back there. I think that could be Robbie Fisher. Yellow lights have come on. McAlpine it is, sorry. Hamish McAlpine. And we have ourselves a stoppage. So we'll do that all over again. All about set to go yet again. No mucking around, into the main straight clockwise. Racing. Corey Ball, Matt Hammond again. 116 there in 3rd place. Brian Brown, Dale Morrison's in that group. So head out of turn number 2. McAlpine from the back, right round the outside. Passes a couple of them, but it's going to be the 77 of Corey Ball who leads out of 3 and 4. Matt Hammond in 10 is going to take the lead. Back in 3rd place, Morrison. Brian Brown scraped the wall coming out of 4. He went back to 4th. Riley there in 5th place. Oh, this is the heat with all the Tasmanians in it. So move down the back straight. It's a whole plethora of Tasmanians in this particular heat. It's Hammond from Bald, Dale Morrison and Brian Brown, the 2 non-Tasmanians in the race. Riley in 5th place. Fisher's now 5th. Riley back to 6th. Thompson 7th. Then McAlpine and unfortunately Matt Atkinson is tailed right off with a whole side of his car that has peeled off the race car. So out in front, it's Matt Hammond in Tasmanian 10. Leading the Tasmania 77 at Corey Bald. Third place is Brian Brown from South Australia in 116. Fourth place is Dale Morrison in Victoria 134. He's about to be rounded up on the left and the right as they go down the back straight. He's able to hold them off at the moment. On the extreme outside, you're going to have Robbie Fisher, and on the inside, Ben Riley as they come down the main straight. Matt Hammond still out in front in car number 10 from Tassie. Back in second place, the 77 of Corey Bald. Third place is Brian Brown. Then there's a battle royale for the minor placings after that. A couple of them are up against the fence. So move into the main straight with 7 to go. Matt Hammond out in front. Second place is 77 Corey Bald. Brian Brown third. Fourth place is the 98 car, and all the panels are falling off that one too. So the 98 of Fisher fourth. Hamish McAlpine in fifth place from Western Australia. Back then to Dale Morrison, Ben Riley, Brad Thompson and Matt Atkinson at the halfway mark. 6 down and 6 to go. Our race leader is Matt Hammond. Second place is that of Corey Bald. Third place under pressure now is Bald by Brian Brown. Oh, look at the smoke billowing out of one of those cars down there now. It's not going to end well for a couple of them. So head down the back straight. Another panel's come off. The whole side of another car is on the back straight. Here's Hammond, the race leader. The 77 car in second place is Corey Bald under pressure from Brian Brown. Back in fourth place, Hamish McAlpine. Then Riley in fifth place. Robbie Fisher, who's lost the panel and some noise. He's now being passed by Bradley Thompson. And back then to Matt Atkinson, who's also ailing as well. It's a race of attrition. And the Tasmanian out in front is car number 10 of Matt Hammond. Has 4 laps to go. Second place is still a battle royale between Corey Bald and the third place car of Brian Brown from South Australia. Ben Riley, then Hamish McAlpine. Behind them would be Robbie Fisher, Brad Thompson and Matt Atkinson, about to be lapped here by our race leader in car number 10. And some of the things don't smell all that flash out there either. There's a few things burning, and we've got another yellow light. We've got another car facing the traffic on the back straight, and we'll have ourselves a stoppage in heat number 17. We've got 5 Tasmanians and 1 South Australian left in this race. The Tasmanians have got Brian Brown in third place. The rest of them are the Tasmanians. The green lights are back on. It was a slow old start by Matt Hammond, and Corey Bald might sneak underneath. He does. So Corey Bald might have caught Matt Hammond asleep there as they head down the back straight. Back there in third place, it's Brian Brown. He's immediately under pressure as well. So they come out of turn number 4, 3 to go. The Tasmanians are now 1, 2 and 3. Ben Riley goes underneath of Brian Brown. Back there in fifth, Robbie Fisher goes into third place. Back there in fifth place is Ben Riley, and back there to Matty Atkinson. Down the back straight they go yet again. Matt Hammond has found the go pedal. So head down out of turn number 3 and 4. Matt Hammond is the race leader. Second place is that of Corey Bald. Third place is car number 116. Once again, he's got back to third, Brian Brown. Back there in fourth place is Robbie Fisher and Ben Riley. They head down the back straight for the second last time. White flag about to come out from downstairs. Our race leader is Matt Hammond. He's keeping Corey Bald interested. Back in third place is Brian Brown. Fourth place is the 54 of Ben Riley. And Robbie Fisher is slowing down, and Matt Hammond might actually end up fifth. Down the back straight they go the final time. Matt Hammond, though, from Tasmania, comes out at turn number 4 and will be first to the checkered flag. Matt Hammond first across the line, Corey Bald second. Back then to Brian Brown in third place. Fourth place, the 54 car of Ben Riley. Robbie Fisher is going to limp home for fifth, and limping home even worse is Matt Atkinson in sixth. No time for the race due to the stoppage. The winning margin was 0.975. The quick lap was on the last lap at 19.494 by Matt Hammond, who defeats Corey Bald and Brian Brown.
He's got the helmet off. How about you make some noise for your Tasmanian Matt Hammond? Matty, mate, great win there. The track, you really had to work for it.
Yeah, it was. It actually handled pretty well. So a few times up there in turn 1 and 2 was a bit bumpy, and I kept on going off course, but she held in and we got the job done.
And just quickly, mate, sponsors and crew, like to thank for getting you over here from Tasmania.
Killer Earthworks, Dark Side Printing Co, Matt Crawford, all the boys, Cohen, Beachy, Brenda, and Smiley and Johnny, my brother,
and his missus and his family and stuff like that. So good.
No worries, mate. Good job with the heat win, and good luck for your third and final heat.
Thank you.
It's only another 15 heats to go tonight. Here we go. Away and racing. Rob Foe and Heath Thorne lead them down the main straight. Kate Cox is there in 1:27 as they make their way out of turn number 1 and 2 the first time, and it's pretty action-packed. Cox went down low on the track. A couple have come around the outside. Rob Foe leads into the main straight. Oops. Heath Thorne in trouble. Yellow lights come on.
Yeah, Jason, just on that, Rob Foe went high through turn number 3 and 4. Heath Thorne come underneath him, and then David Barry just give Rob Foe a little bit of what for on the back bumper, and that set him in. Also, Reece Heinrich in the 111.
West Australians have practically fallen apart at the seams, a few of them. So they're both out of this race. Jack Barnwell, the WA champion, off the very back. Here we go, back underway. The green lights are activated. Heat number 18. Rob Foe and Heath Thorne lead them down into turn number 1. Reece Heinrich is in that group as well as they move out of turn number 2. There's a car charging around the outside, I think is David Barry. So move into turn 3 and 4. Out of 4 they come. Foe, Thorne and David Barry. Foe's out of noise, is he? Thorne spins himself out. The green lights remain on for the moment. Yellow lights have come on now, and Thorne's about to drive away. So Foe has a flat tyre and was exiting the racetrack. Out of turn 4 they come yet again. 11 laps to go in heat 18 with David Barry, your race leader, after a great move on the outside. Green lights are back on. He leads Kate Cox down the main straight. Nigel Reichstein in 3rd place. So head out of turn number 2. Back in 4th place is going to be that of, I think, Reece Heinrich or Nigel Reichstein. It's a bit hard to see up here as they move out of 3 and 4 into the main straight. David Barry is the leader. Who's coming into 2nd place? It's Reece Heinrich. And on the outside is Reichstein with a great move right around the outside of 2 cars and goes into 2nd place. He went around Barnwell, I think, and also also around the outside of Cox as they move into the main straight. So Reichstein's 2nd. In fact, it was Barnwell as he went past. So move up into turn number 3. Turn number 2, going the opposite way. Our race leader David Barry has split the scene. Back then to Reichstein, Heinrich and Jack Barnwell. Out of 3 and 4 they come into the main straight. Behind those 4 cars, with Barnwell now fighting for 3rd. And Jack Barnwell's not the first person to lose a panel. The whole side of his car's missing. Back there in 5th place is Jaden Blomley, then Kate Cox, Heath Thorne and Lee Harrison. Out of Pitts Bend they come. David Barry leads with 7 laps to go on the time clock. Back in 2nd place, it's the 14 car of Reichstein. Barnwell there in 3rd place. This is heat number 18 of the national title. And Barnwell, the West Australian champion, has barnstormed his way into 2nd place from the back of the field. Reichstein 3rd. In fact, Barnwell has the quick lap of the race at 19.120. That could in fact be one of the quickest laps so far tonight. So it's Barry, Barnwell, then Reichstein. Back in 4th place is the 111 car of Reece Heinrich. Kate Cox is almost out of noise here in the main straight. So come back to our race leader. Barnwell has caught David Barry. Yellow lights have come on. And that's for Kate Cox, who's come to a stop down in turn number 1.
How about the drive from your West Aussie champion, Jack Barnwell, from the back of the field up into 2nd. He's got the quickest lap time with a 19.1. And now he's right on the back bumper of your race leader, David Barry.
Six laps to go. David Barry just in front of Jack Barnwell. So come out of turns 3 and 4. Waiting for the green lights. We've got them. We're back underway. Back in third is Reichstein. Then in fourth is Reese Heinrich. Fifth place is the 63 of Jaden Blomley. So move out of turn number 1 and 2. And the charge is on now as they head down the back straight into turn number 3. Our race leader is David Barry. Here comes Barnwell yet again. They come out of Pitts Bend. Down low on the track would be that of 114 Nigel Reichstein. And on the outside is Reese Heinrich. They move out of turn number 2. David Barry just in front. Here comes Jack Barnwell yet again. Levels up now as they go into turn number 3. Out of turn 4 they come. The West Australian has come from the back row and has hit the front as they come into the main straight with 4 to go. It's now Jack Barnwell who does a 19.028, the quickest lap tonight. Back to David Barry in second place. Third place Reichstein, then Heinrich in fourth. Back in fifth place is that of Jaden Blomley and Heath Thorne. They run side by side. Out of turn 4 they come. They come up behind Lee Harrison who gets the passing flag. 3 laps to go. It's Barnwell, Barry, Reichstein. Back in fourth place Reese Heinrich. Back in fifth place then is going to be Jaden Blomley, then Heath Thorne and Lee Harrison a lap down. In fact, he's between the lead car and the second place car. 2 laps to go here for Jack Barnwell from WA, leading with some aerodynamic challenges. He's got plenty of aerodynamics on the outside of his car. There's no car there. Back in second place, it's David Barry. Reichstein is third. Heinrich then back to Blomley. Heath Thorne is next and Lee Harrison rounds them out. They come out of turn number 3 and 4. The white flag is out. 1 lap to go here in heat number 18. It's Barry in second place. Reichstein third. Fourth place now is the 63 of Jaden Blomley, who's passed Reese Heinrich. And back then in sixth, it's Heath Thorne and Lee Harrison. Down the back straight the final time. Come on, Mildura, put your hands together. It doesn't matter where you're from. He's come from the very back of the field and wins heat number 18. Jack Barnwell first across the line. David Barry second. Back in third place, Nigel Reichstein. Fourth is Jaden Blomley. Fifth across the line, an ailing 111 with a flat tyre of Reese Heinrich. Then Heath Thorne and Lee Harrison. No time for the race due to the stoppage. 0.885 the winning margin. Several cars falling apart yet again. And it is Jack Barnwell with the quick lap, a 19.028, defeating David Barry and Nigel Reichstein.
How about you make some noise for your Western Australian champion? What a hell of a drive off the back of the field, mate. You won the first one, unfortunately, a little bit of an incident, but you won that one off the back of the field. How's that feel?
Oh, feels pretty bloody good with the proper socks on too.
And just quickly, mate, your take on the track. A lot of these guys are running on the bottom, they're getting airborne. You just sat it on the top. The track looked like it wasn't too bad up there with a 19.0 quick time.
Oh, you beauty. Nah, she felt pretty quick. I nearly stuck it in the fence with a lap to go. I went that high, but nah, I felt pretty good as long as I didn't wreck anything then. So hopefully she's all still straight. Last time I was here, I thanks to people that helped me out a lot. I forgot Stacey Bevan. Without him, I wouldn't be here. He helps out a heap. So thanks to Stacey.
No worries, mate. Well, 2 from 2 or 1 from 2, but good luck for your third and final heat.
Thanks, fellas.
This is heat number 19. Away and racing. Down into turn number 1. Dan Druitt leads them up into the top turn. Back to a chasing pack of 11. And they're 3 and 4 wide down the back straight. And somehow it's all worked. But Druitt will lead the first lap out of turn number 4, going the correct way, or the traditional way. Edwards second. Craig Buchanan third. Back then to Stewie Robinson. Craig Claridge on the outside. Diving to the inside is Darren Forrest, and Jason Foe is in there as well as they move down the back straight. Our race leader Dan Druitt has a big lead. The yellow lights have come on. They've got an issue on the back straight. Hayden Jolly was one of those involved. Jason Foe is the other. So Jason Foe drives away over on the back straight. No doubt we'll come to the inquiry bay. This is heat. A race start. away and racing. Down the main straight they go. Our race leader is Daniel Druitt from Jaden Edwards. Around the outside, the yellow lights have come on. And Jason Foe is on the infield. He hasn't gone to the work area, which is the question I'd be asking. The officials, there is 6 officials on the infield, and he's gone to one down in the corner in the dark. So Dan Druitt leads Jaden Edwards, Craig Buchanan, Stewie Robinson, Craig Claridge. Darren Forrest is next. Jason Foe, then Corey Sando. So they come into the main straight, wide for the green lights. We have them, we're back underway. First car to dive to the inside was the 97 of Craig Buchanan. That didn't work. He's gone back to 4th place as they dip and dive out of turn number 2 into turn number 3, all running high on the track now. Out in front, it is car number 26 of the Big D, Daniel Druitt. Second place is Jaden Edwards, then Stewie Robinson. Craig Buchanan is 4th, back then to Darren Forrest, Jason Foe, Craig Claridge. One car had an excursion here in the main straight, that was Robert Smith. As they head down the back straight, Corey Sando makes up a couple of spots as they move out of turn number 4 and back into the main straight. Druitt out in front. Second place, the 66 car of Stewie Robinson's just done a 19-second lap. That's the quickest anyone's gone. Back into Jaden Edwards in 3rd. Buchanan, Foe, Sando. That's the top 6 as they move down the back straight. Our race leader comes out of 4. Daniel Druitt in control at the moment with 8 laps to go. Back in 2nd place, it's Stewie Robinson, then Jaden Edwards, Craig Buchanan. Foe in 5th place, Claridge in 6th. Sando's in trouble here in the main straight. Norton goes between Sando and Terry Hammond. And then further back in the field is Hayden Jolly and Robert Smith. The further this one goes, though, the further the Big D gets in front. Daniel Druitt out in front in 26. 66 in 2nd place is Stewie Robinson. Daniel Druitt's just done an 18.993. No one's gone quicker tonight. Back then to Jaden Edwards, Craig Buchanan, Jason Foe and Craig Claridge, and Sando is on the infield. So move out of 3 and 4. Here's our race leader once again. Dan Druitt out in front in car number 26. Has half the race done. That time around was a 19.742. Stewie Robinson in 2nd place, then Craig Buchanan 3rd. Back in 4th place is Jason Foe, then Craig Claridge and Andrew Norton. Another one retires. That's the 87 car of Jaden Edwards. So they've moved down the back straight once again. Here's our race leader past us already. Dan Druitt has 5 to go. So too Stewie Robinson, Craig Buchanan. They're at long intervals now. Back in 4th place, Jason Foe. The battle is actually for 5th between Craig Claridge and Andrew Norton. They're going to Pitts Bend. Andrew Norton was just on the front 2 wheels at one stage there as he bounced out at turn 2. Now comes underneath it Craig Claridge in turn number 3 as they move out of turn 4. Norton makes his way into 5th, Claridge back to 6th. Behind them is Terry Hammond and Hayden Jolly. Our race centre comes out of turn 3 and 4 though. Dan Druitt has 3 laps to go. Stewie Robinson in 2nd place. Back in 3rd place now would be that of Craig Buchanan as they move out of turn number 4. Behind Craig Buchanan in 4th place is going to be that of Jason Foe in 17. The battle's still going for 5th and 6th between Norton and Claridge. Back then to 110, Terry Hammond, 59, Hayden Jolly and Robert Smith in 145. 2 laps to go as they move down the main straight. It's Dan Druitt out in front. He has a comfortable lead, 3.8 seconds the margin. Back in 3rd place behind Robinson is Craig Buchanan. Jason Foe 4th. Back in 5th place is Craig Claridge, who's got underneath of the 45 of Andrew Norton. Back then to Terry Hammond, Hayden Jolly, and there's the white flag. 1 to go. Our race leader is well clear. Dan Druitt's led right throughout. 2nd place, Stewie Robinson. Back then to the 97 of Craig Buchanan. Jason Foe is 4th. Now Norton's back in front of Claridge. That's 5th and 6th. But here's the checkered flag. Put in a really good set of laps. 12 really good laps by Dan Druitt. First across the line, Druitt first. Stewie Robinson will hang on for 2nd ahead of Craig Buchanan. Back in 4th place will be Jason Foe. Andrew Norton should hang on to 5th, but anything is possible. Craig Claridge will be 6th. Then Hayden Jolly, Terry Hammond and Robert Smith. No time for the race due to the stoppages. 5.486 the winning margin. The quick lap at 18.993 by Dan Druitt, who was way too good for Stewie Robinson and Craig Buchanan.
As he takes the helmet off. How about you make plenty of noise, Mildura? Big D, Daniel Druitt, not only taking the win, but an 18-second lap time. He gets the window net out. Big D, mate. Big heat race win by 4.7 seconds as well, and an 18-second lap time.
Yeah, that's didn't expect that actually. That's awesome. We needed it. We didn't have a great first heat, so needed that win really. Awesome.
A lot of people are putting their cars on the bottom of the racetrack and they're having some trouble with the ruts, but your car looked like it handled it nice and good up the top.
Yeah, this thing gets going, when it gets wound up, it's a really nice car to drive on that hooky stuff. I've got to thank Jaden and Lenny for the drive of the car.
No worries. I know you're trying to get your car sorted out. This must feel like home, though. I believe this is one of your original cars.
Yeah, this is my old Rocket. I've done a few laps around here in it. It's still a good car, even though it is an older car, but still gets around all right, obviously.
No worries. We'll let you get back in the pits and get the car checked over. Hope you got your socks on, mate, and good luck for the third and final heat.
Thanks, Druzzy.
Well, there you go. One last time. How about you make plenty of noise for Big D, Dan Druitt?
That'll be a great title down there as well. Here we go, heat number 20 of the national title, all about set to go. Getting towards the end of the second round. Out of turn 4 they come, going clockwise. Away and racing. Mark Jennings, who won this event over 20 years ago, is out in front. And chasing him down is the 64 of Matt Nelson. They've already gapped the rest of the field. Further back there, 3 and 4 wide down the back straight. Oh! And one of them nearly made it over the top of the fence. That was the Skyliner, Jamie Collins, I think. The race continues as they move down the main straight. Sorry, it wasn't Jamie Collins, it was Aaron Bunton in 38. As they head out of turn number 2, the yellow lights have come on. And we have ourselves a stoppage. All about set to go with the restart. Into the main straight they come. Back underway. Heat number 20 of the national title for street stock is in the hands of the 1995 champion Mark Jennings. So head down the back straight. Back in second place is that of Matt Nelson. Then back to third place Brendan Green. Then a long way back to the rest of them already. They move into the main straight out of turn number 4, and Jennings just in front from Nelson. Back in third place Brendan Green. Fourth place is Colin Pete, and then Paul Joss from WA moves into fifth place. On the outside is Darren Giacometti, a former Queensland street stock champion. But they move down the back straight here into Pitts Bend, out of turn 4 and into the main straight. Our race leader is car 121 of Mark Jennings. Nelson second, Brendan Green from Tassie third. They're 3 wide behind Paul Joss. On the outside comes Marty Kelly. On the inside dives 108 of Scott Seacombe and Darren Giacometti in that field as well. A great battle going on for the minor placings. Oh, Giacometti nearly jacked himself right over the fence there. He was off the ground completely as they move down the main straight. 121 out in front. That is Mark Jennings, then Matt Nelson, Brendan Green. Paul Joss is clear now in 4th. 3 wide down the main straight for 5th. Giacometti in the middle. On the inside is Seacombe. On the outside momentarily was Marty Kelly. Behind them Ben Whitehead and Casey Staker and Moss Buchanan at the back. And there's trouble for one of those cars towards the back of the field, and he's gone infield. That is Colin Peaton. He is OUT out. Back to our leaders. Matt Nelson has just driven right round the outside of Mark Jennings. Jennings fights back on the inside. Side by side out of 3 and 4. Into the main straight at the halfway mark. Jennings has got his mojo back and he's back in front. Nelson back to second place. Back then to Brendan Green in third. 19.731 that time around. Back in fourth place is Paul Joss. Then Darren Giacometti is next. Then Seacombe, Staker and Whitehead and Moss Buchanan. They come underneath of Moss Buchanan now with 5 laps to go. And our race leader has skipped away. He got a bit of a fright and all of a sudden Nelson is no more of a challenge, as Nelson is now some 1.7 seconds behind Mark Jennings does a 19.731. Nelson in second place. Green in third. Joss under pressure now from Giacometti. That's for fourth and fifth place. Giacometti drives right round the outside of Paul Joss and goes into fourth place as our leaders through once again. It's all Mark Jennings. Nelson is now 2.2 seconds behind. A whole side of another car's come off. Darren Giacometti has lost the entire left-hand side of his car and sitting here in the main, straight up against the fence. Down the back straight they go. Joss is now on the inside of Giacometti, and the pair of them are up behind the 146 of Brendan Green. The two leaders are clear, Jennings and Nelson. Joss is into third place. More panels have come off. Back in fourth place is the 146 of Brendan Green. Giacometti fifth, Whitehead, and then Seacombe. I've never seen so many panels come off cars in a street stock event ever. As they move down the back straight, Joss is into third, Giacometti to fourth, and fifth place is Brendan Green now. He's gone from chocolates to boiled lollies, third to fifth in the matter of half a lap. Down the main straight they come. Our race leader has got 1.5 to go. He's coming up on Casey Staker. He's about to put a lap up on him as he comes out of pits bend. White flag on display. 1 lap to go here at Timmins in heat number 20 of the national title. Second place is Nelson. Third is now Paul Joss as they come out of turn number 4. Behind him is Giacometti in the aerodynamically challenged car number 112. And then 146 of Brendan Green is fifth. But come on, race fans, one of the veterans of the field, a former national champion, Mark Jennings is first home. Mark Jennings has absolutely walloped him and comes home with a quick lap of 19.589. He finishes 4.8 seconds ahead of Matt Nelson. Paul Joss and Giacometti on the outside got him. Darren Giacometti on the last corner got Paul Joss. Brendan Green is fifth. Scott Seacombe will be sixth, and then back to Ben White. In fact, Ben Whitehead got Scott Seacombe on the line. So it's Jennings, Nelson, Giacometti, Joss, Green, Whitehead and Seacombe, your top 7. 4.8 seconds was the winning margin, and Mark Jennings did the quick lap at 19.589 on the lucky last.
No, you're right. We're down here with Mark Jennings, taking it back to the old school. You won this event here in 1995, mate. Matt Nelson got past you, then you just decided to kick it in again. You ended up winning by nearly 5 seconds there.
Yeah, no, I was just running the top. It was a bit bumpy coming on out of turn 4 and didn't want to put in the fence. And Nello tried around the outside and I thought, oh, well, I better have a crack now. So put the hammer down for a couple of laps and tried to get some pace on him. And no, I didn't see him again in the side, so I just tried to run a smooth race and not to hit too much. But, you know, it's all cool to roll a track, but to wheat the bottom like that doesn't make it real cool for us guys, I'll tell you that.
Well, you seen you were running the bottom there. You had the right hand front tyre just up on the pole line, especially in 3 and 4, and you actually set your quickest lap on that last lap as well.
Yeah, the hard thing is with a wet bottom, you go turn in on it. If it don't turn, you're going up into the ruts. You're going to take tyres off and that. And, you know, it's all cool to wet it, but let us know in the pit that's happened so we can adjust the tyre pressure to suit and it'll all be good.
No worries, mate. We'll let you get back in the pits. Congratulations on the heat win.
Thanks, Russ.
All about set to go. Heat number 21 of the national title. Marty Kelly leads them into the main straight. Evan Wakefield immediately went to the low side when the greens came on. Marty Kelly leads them up into the top turn. Andrew Burgoyne is there as well as they move out of turn number 2. And it's Roycroft who takes up the running. Kelly into second place. Burgoyne up high on the track, coming through on the inside would be Evan Wakefield. And here comes Ricky Throckmorton. The 55 of AJ Lawrence is there, and also Sean McClure in 44. They're 3 across the track, nearly 4 across the track out of pits bed and down the back straight. Out in front, it's Shane Roycroft who leads at the moment. Evan Wakefield high on the track is going to bounce off the wall. Down low on the track, sneaking up on the inside is Ricky Throckmorton. Yellow lights have come on. We've got a car further back of the field, AJ Lawrence. It's been spat out. It's over on turn number 3. Sean McClure in 44 is here in the front straight. Brock has the green flag in hand downstairs, awaiting them to enter the main straight. We're back underway. There we are. The green flag is out. Roycroft leads Wakefield. Kelly, Throckmorton down the main straight here at Timmins. Heat number 21 of the national title for Medal Racewear. Out in front, Shane Roycroft has the lead. Evan Wakefield from WA in second place. Marty Kelly has gone via the Cape. They're 3 wide into the main straight. And storming through the middle is AJ Lawrence in the orange 55. A man possessed around the outside, bounces into second place, nearly bounced over the top of Evan Wakefield. Back then to Ricky Throckmorton in 4th place. Marty Kelly is still high, wide and handsome. So move into the main straight. Marty Kelly's looking for the hen house, the chook house and the dog house. He's gone extremely wide. He's still right out near the concrete. Out of turn number 4. They'll come once again with Roycroft leading Lawrence. 3rd place, Wakefield and Throckmorton side by side. Wakefield on the outside, Throckmorton the inside. Hayes in 5th, Kelly 6th. 142 of Jamie Owens, then Andrew Burgoyne. Down the back straight they go yet again. The challenge is up for Ricky Throckmorton. I think he's slowed right down. Out of turn number 4 they come. Roycroft in front. Lawrence in 2nd. Wakefield, Hayes, Throckmorton back to 5th. Kelly, 142 of Jamie Owens, then Andrew Burgoyne is next. Ben Barker, Jamie Crutchley, Jared Mabbott has just been passed by Sean McClure. Out of turn 4. AJ Lawrence is slowly but surely closing the gap. It's down to 0.8 of a second. The race leader's car is starting to smoke. Out of turn 2 they go and down the back straight. The yellow lights have come on yet again and Andrew Burgoyne has spun, or not spun but stopped over on turn number 3. So another stoppage. Roycroft the leader from Lawrence. Evan Wakefield in 3rd place. 4th place to 65 of Paul Hayes. Roycroft, Lawrence, Wakefield. Set for a start. Away we go. Green lights are on. The first 4 cars have skipped away. Throckmorton's car is ailing. Marty Kelly goes past him now. AJ Lawrence comes up on the outside of Roycroft. They head down the back straight. Roycroft and AJ Lawrence. Lawrence pokes the nose in front on the outside. Roycroft on the inside. And right behind them, Evan Wakefield. Into the main straight, they dip and dive. It's Roycroft just in front. Lawrence in 2nd place. Coming on the inside momentarily was the 91 of Evan Wakefield. Paul Hayes with them as well. They head down the back straight. There's trouble further back. They sort themselves out. Out in front though, it's the 82 car of Roycroft. Coming up underneath of AJ Lawrence now is Wakefield. Wakefield from Western Australia and AJ Lawrence from Victoria run side by side down into Pitts Bend. Behind them is Paul Hayes. The rest of them a country mile behind, headed up by the 142 of Jamie Owens. Evan Wakefield comes back under Lawrence, or is it Lawrence going back around the outside of Wakefield? The pair of them up behind the 82 of Roycroft. Wakefield's back in 2nd place. Back to Lawrence in 3rd and Paul Hayes in 4th. Then it's Owens, McClure, Barker, Kelly, and then back to Crutchley. The Jared Mabbott is 2nd last, and the last car running is Ricky Throckmorton. Out of turn 4 they come, 3 laps to go. Evan Wakefield now comes up behind Roycroft. AJ Lawrence in 3rd place. The 4th place car is a flat tyre, I'd suggest. That's the 65 of Paul Hayes. It's a 3-car race now for the lead. Down the back straight they go. 2.5 laps left to go. And it's Shane Roycroft just in front. 2nd place is car number 91 from Western Australia, Evan Wakefield. The 55 car of AJ Lawrence in 3rd. They're coming up to lap Ricky Throckmorton. You can throw a T-tail over the 3 of them. Throckmorton, which way will they go? They all go the outside. Roycroft just in front. Here comes Lawrence again on the outside. On the inside is Wakefield. 1 lap to go. Lawrence back to 2nd place. He comes up on the outside of Roycroft. Up into Pitts Bend the last time. Evan Wakefield is there with him. A humdinger of a finish coming up. AJ Lawrence on the outside, might be back in front. He is. It's Lawrence on the outside. The inside, oh, he's got enough noise. He goes up wide. Here comes Wakefield on the inside and Roycroft. What a finish. Roycroft, Wakefield and Lawrence. Great old battle. That could have gone any which way. 4th place across the line is going to be that of Sean McClure. 5th place goes to Jamie Owens and then Ben Barker. Marty Kelly, Jamie Crutchley, Jared Mabbott and Paul Hayes. Put your hands together here at Mildura for a great race between Shane Roycroft, Evan Wakefield and AJ Lawrence. A great 12 laps.
How about you make some noise, Mildura, for the Hulk, Shane Roycroft. Hulkster, mate, you look a bit puffed. What's the go? You say you got no power steering this thing?
Yeah, mate, she's pretty hard to turn that time. The power steering went away about halfway through the race, so I had to wrestle it. So anyway, we got the win.
Great battle there with AJ at the start, and then you sort of got a bit of distance, and then on that last corner, AJ on the outside and Evan Wakefield on the inside, mate.
Yeah, I felt a tap from someone. I wasn't sure who it was, but I was just trying to get around the corner with the steering the way it was.
And just quickly, mate, big thanks to all your crew and sponsors, buddy.
Yeah, huge thanks to Felicity, Ollie, Shaz, Johnny, Brocky, Brooksy, and everyone else that's helping me out this weekend. Cheers.
Well, you better get up there, check on the wife, mate. She might have spat that kid out early.
Hope not.
The workhouse, and out in front it's car number 149, Chris Watmore. Wade Fell is there along with Chris Hay. Fell high, wide and handsome. The red car at 24, Brad McClure, is there in fourth as they head down the back straight. McClure comes underneath the Fell now. They're 3 wide coming up into turn number 3. Out of turn 4 they come to complete lap number 1. They're every which way but loose. They're nearly 4 wide down the main straight. Our race leader is Chris Watmore from Chris Hay. Back then to Brad McClure in third. Jason Jewell in fourth. And a gap back then to the rest of them. In fifth place now would be Donald Irving as they move down the back straight, and Wade Fell in car number 79 is OUT out after just 1. Into the main straight they come to complete lap number 2. 149 Chris Watmore in front. The quick lap of the race at 19.535 by the car in second place of Brad McClure. He went high on the track, then ran down low on the track and drove underneath the Chris Watmore in turn number 3. Takes the lead away. So move out of turn number 4. Third place is that of Chris Hay. Jason Jewell up on the outside. Back then to Donald Irving in 5th. And in 6th place is Nathan Barbler as they move out of turn number 2. A big flame out there of the 31 car of Donald Irving. And around the outside of him went Nathan Barbler from Queensland and into 5th place. Our race leader, though, is Brad McClure from Victoria. In second place, bouncing and ducking and diving up the main straight, is 118 Jason Jewell. Back in third place is that of Chris Watmore, then Chris Hay, then Nathan Barbler in 5th place as they move down the back straight once again. Brad McClure's opened up a gap of 1.4 seconds the last time around. Into the main straight with 7 to go. The quick car on the track, though, is Nathan Barbler in 5th place in car number 8. He's moved up to 4th now. Hay back to 5th, Donald Irving back to 6th. Not much separating 1st to 6th, in fact. Only 2.8 seconds, 1st to 6th at the moment. It's going to be more now as Chris Hay has spun. The yellow lights have come on. And Donald Irving has a big flame coming out the side of his car as well. And we've got ourselves the 30 seconds. All about set to go in the restart. Back into the main straight they come. Brad McClure, who's won this event twice, including once here, leads down the main straight, so green lights are back on. And our race leader is McClure from Jewell. Back in third is Watmore. 4th place is that of Nathan Barbler, then Chris Hay. As Barbler's under pressure now as they move down into turn number 3. Hay tried to come underneath. And Jason Jewell has gone back into the pits almost. He went extremely wide. That's allowed Watmore back into the picture. In fact, it wasn't Hay, it was Donald Irving who was there in 5th place as they move out of turn number 2 and back down the back straight once again. Brad McClure has skipped away past the halfway mark. Jewell, Watmore and Barbler having a great battle for the minor placings. Jewell gets the better of Watmore in the main straight. Barbler then back to Donald Irving. 141 Brock Atkins is next. Then back to the 62 car of Tim Humby, then Chris Hay and Matthew Lyons. So the battle in the race here is for 2nd, 3rd and 4th. So go up into Pitts Bend. Our race leader is well clear. On the outside, Jason Jewell, Watmore on the inside. They still run side by side. Barbler there in 4th place, and then the 31 of Donald Irving. Behind them is 141 Brock Atkins, then Humby, then Hay, and Lyons rounds out the field. Down the back straight, we lost one of the 3 cars that was in contention for second momentarily as Barbler made a little bit of a mistake and lost some ground. He's now under pressure from Donald Irving. Jason Jewell's got the better of Chris Watmore for the moment. Our race leader, though, is Brad McClure. Moves out of turn number 2, down the back straight, now out of Pitts Bend and into the main straight. He'll get 2 laps to go. It'll tick over on the time clock. There we go. 2 remaining. Back then a 1:18 in second. Jason Jewell, Watmore, Barbler and Irving. Irving and Barbler having the best battle at the moment for 4th and 5th. Back then to Brock Atkins, Humby, Hay and Lyons. White flag coming out from downstairs. 1 lap to go in heat race number 22 of the national title. McClure, 1:18 Jason Jewell, then 1:49 Chris Watmore. Barbler and Irving still having the best battle of the race for 4th and 5th. Then 1:41 is next for Brock Atkins. But come on, race fans, put your hands together for him. Brad McClure is successful yet again. Across the line he comes. Brad McClure first. Second home is 1:18 Jason Jewell. Then back in third is Chris Watmore. 4th place will be Nathan Barbler. Then the 31 of Donald Irving. 1:41 is next Brock Atkins. Tim Humby just ahead of Chris Hay. And last to complete the distance will be Matthew Lyons. Just the 1 stoppage in the race. The margin was 3.451. The quick lap was a 19.072 by Nathan Barbler.
The excited man, he's just said it's hard work. He's won this event here 2 times, once in Tasmania, and he's taken 2 heat race wins from 2 starts. You've got to be pumped with that, Brad.
Oh, extremely pumped. Like, that's very demanding. I mean, I know what it looks like from on the hill, but out here it's hard yak. I mean, credit to the guys that are having a go at fixing this track for us and making it good, but you know, everyone's out there having a crack, and unfortunately a few guys are braking because of the conditions, but hey, we're all on the same track. I've got to thank a few guys for getting me back out in this heat. We had a bent arm from the first heat and we thrashed at it and got another one in and found the other one had a crack and we're welding it. So Adam Parsons, you know, Aaron Seller, Tamika, all the crew down there that got it going again. And that's for yous.
No worries. Well, it looks like they're going to have a bit more crack at this track, mate, for your 3rd and final round of heats. You've had 2 from 2. Let's hope you can make it 3 from 3.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's a bit of a shame the class isn't putting on the show that we should actually be putting on for you guys. But yeah, we'll get there, we'll get better, and we'll get faster, and we'll put on a show.
No worries, Brad. Good luck, mate, for that 3rd and final heat.
All right, cheers, guys.
And there you go. Heat 22 winner, Brad McClure. 3 times Australian champion. He's won it here twice. He won the last event that was ran here in 2011, and he's taken 2 heat wins.